Alright, Shruti, hi, it's Sean Hogan at the Ledbetter Academy here in Orlando, Florida. Player number 2, as I look at them here, what we'd like to do here is get this player into a square position number 1 at address. You can see relative to the ball target line, they're standing too open. Alright, you can see here's an image of Nick Price on the right hand side, so a slightly older player here, as this is an older gentleman, and you can see Nick is standing more parallel, square to his line, not so open. So that's number 1. And then number 2 is this player's right side is very restricted. So if we look at Nick Price, we can see his right hip in the backswing is turning behind him. Okay. With this player's swing here, he has very limited hip rotation. So you can see his swing gets very short. Alright, and that's not necessarily a good thing for this older player. You can see he's a good athlete, looks like a decent golfer, but he's got a very restricted short swing. Alright, we'd like to see the club in a more complete position, like so. This is very short. You can see the club is pointing up to the sky instead of down the line. Okay, so this by getting his right side more open to turn behind him, it'll get the club in a fuller position. And then number 3, he'll be able to come down to it a little shallower, not so much from the outside. You can see Nick Price coming more from the inside. Okay, so you want this club coming more through right forearm instead of left forearm. Okay, alright, but overall you can see he's a good athlete, probably plays some cricket, but you can see club face very open coming from the outside because he was very short in the backswing, which didn't allow him to get the club behind him enough. Alright, so with that in mind, again, just ABC, 1, 2, 3. So number 1, get him to square his feet off. Okay, so this will mean turning his feet more square. Okay, not so open. You can see his feet and hips are too open. We want them more square, not so open. So you can see his feet are going this way, and ideally we want his feet parallel to his ball target line. So that's number 1. Number 2, if we get the right hip turning out of the way, it will allow him to make a fuller backswing and get his arms a little deeper. You can see his right hip is pointing at the ball, and then Nick's right hip is pointing behind him. So that'll help him get his arm swing a little bit more complete and come down, number 3, from the inside a little bit more. Okay, that'll make that more natural as opposed to coming down steep. So number 1, feel like he's standing closed. It's going to feel like he brings this foot back behind his left foot. Square up the hips and shoulders and knees and feet. Number 2, make sure his right hip turns out of the way. And that will help most certainly with number 3 and make it much more natural for him to get the club coming more from the inside through his right forearm instead of his left forearm. Oops. Alright, because you can see the club's coming much too much through his left forearm. Okay, hope this helps. These are 3 important points for this player with both his iron swing and his driver swing. Alright, take care. Bye-bye.